James, and thanks for joining us. Today we are talking about Tell Them Why You're Mad. This podcast, this episode, doesn't necessarily apply to everybody. It may not apply to you. And if it doesn't apply to you, keep going because my friends are dope. I've got dope friends. So I may not be talking about you unless I am. But today, tell me why you're mad. I've been looking at stories that are happening in the news, things that are going on in our communities. And some people are mad because schools might consider a mask mandate. Politicians have voted to kind of block that and keep schools from doing what the schools might think is best in a pandemic situation. Some people are mad about that. Some people are mad because they say the government shouldn't have to tell you what to do. That should be a parent's role. Governor McMaster says, the governor of South Carolina says the parent should be responsible for deciding whether or not their child wears a mask. Well, so you're mad about somebody telling you to wear a mask, but you won't wash your hands when you come out of the restroom. You're mad about somebody telling you to wear a mask, even suggesting it, even, and you don't cover your mouth when you cough. You're mad about being told to wear a mask and get a vaccine, but you come out sick in public without wearing a mask. You're upset about somebody telling you to put on a mask at school, but you send your COVIDy kid to school without a mask. Again, not talking to you unless I am. You're mad about having to wear a mask and your workplace telling you what you can and can't do, but you come to work not feeling good. Now, see, these things don't have anything to do with politics. They don't have anything to do with any kind of left or right agenda. These things that I've mentioned are just basic decency, basic common sense kind of things that we all can and should do living in a society. If we all did these things, there would be no reason for a government to mandate common sense. There'd be no reason for a government to tell you what to do because you'd already be doing it. The government has to make rules, it seems, and mandates for people just like you to save you from yourself and to save others from you as well. Because the things you know you should do, you don't do. People say they don't want to be told by the government what they should do. I get that. I don't want to be told what to do. I'm a grown man. Somebody else going to tell me what to do. But when you don't govern yourselves as an adult, you have to be treated in a certain way. Um, if you're not going to conduct yourself in a way that makes it safe for other people to interact and operate as well, you're kind of forcing the hand of others to step in and make sure the things happen that should be happening anyway. There are all kinds of reasons and excuses that people give for not wanting the vaccine, not wanting to wear a mask. I get it. We can talk about those, but we can't talk about those until we talk about this part of it. Why you won't do the simple things, why you can't seem to be bothered with just the things of common decency. That's not dope. That's not cool. That's not cute. No, the government should not have to tell you to do certain things. So I think rather than have a government mandate, because I agree, the government shouldn't have to mandate that we do things that we should be doing anyway. So instead of making a blanket rule for everyone to follow, instead of passing laws to follow regarding how we should handle ourselves in a pandemic, I suggest, I propose that we don't do that. But I say that only people like you should be placed on a list and told what to do. There'll be a list of you. Maybe you're not alone, but your name will be on there. You who cannot fathom the concept of living in a society, in a community responsibly, then you will have to be told what to do. And the rest of us can carry on in a way that is in line with what many of us have been doing anyway. You don't want the government to tell you what to do, but you continue with the nasty habits. You continue with the disrespect. You continue with not having any respect for other people that you're around, let alone your family members. We're talking your neighbors, the people in line at the store with you. It's respect. The disrespect just blossoms into and spills over into other aspects of life. You feel like nobody's rights are as important as yours. That's why you talk so loud on the cell phone in the grocery store. That's why everybody around you knows what your conversation is because you're oblivious to what's going on. And if they look at you funny, you wonder, what's wrong with you? And when people blow at you, when you're sitting at the light on your phone and the light's been green for a minute, you get upset with them. What's their hurry? Why are they so upset? When you are the one showing the great lack of respect. Again, remember I said this has nothing to do with an agenda. We can talk about all of that stuff another time. But today, I talk about you. That's not cool. That's not cool the way you constantly disrespect others around you and make it seem like you're right all the time. You're incapable of having feelings of shared responsibility. Again, I'm not talking about you unless I am. So we'll make a list of the mandated people and their kids and their pets, because these are the same people who walk their dogs in the neighborhood and let them poop on your grass and refuse to clean it up. It's the same thing. The same people who don't want to be bothered with the government telling them what to say. They don't want to be bothered with having to clean up behind their pets. They don't want to be bothered with having to parent and raise their kids. So again, I'm not talking to you unless I am. Problem is, you won't listen to nobody. I said that just the way I wanted to say it. You won't listen to the government. You won't listen to your own parents. You weren't raised with some of these concepts and ideas that you have adopted and developed these ideas that say that the world runs on your schedule. These ideas that say you can do anything you please, regardless of what kind of impact it has on other people. Um, you're the kind of person that wants to do what you want to do until your own negligence causes you hurt, causes you harm, causes you problems. You're the person who doesn't evacuate in the face of a storm. They'll tell you it's going to be bad. They'll tell you it's going to be this, that, and the other. And you say, nope, not leaving, never leave, I haven't left. And you're the kind of person who then has to be rescued. The first responders who stuck around for people like you now has to come and rescue you, put their lives in danger and rescue you because you're the kind of person who wants to do what you want to do at the expense of everyone else. And then you have to be rescued, and then you have that sheepish look on your face. So, again, I'm not talking about you unless I am. Tell them why you're mad. So, these are some of the things that I've been thinking about and I've been seeing, and it just really kind of needs to be said. If I'm not talking about you, that's fine. But the person I am talking to, they know exactly who it is. And you know what I'm saying is true. If we're going to be dope friends, if we're going to be better, we've got to take introspection. We've got to look at ourselves. When friends call us out on our stuff, we've got to be willing to consider it. We've got to be willing to look and say, man, that is kind of inconsiderate of me. I didn't realize that what I'm saying is potentially a problem for somebody else. I didn't realize that my actions, what I'm doing, um, could potentially hurt others. We've got to be able to see that. So really, that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. So if something I said bothered you, if something I said made you upset, tell them why you're mad, son. Comment section is open. I appreciate everybody for joining me. Let's see. We've got Lee Jailer. You are dope, my friend. Yes, you are. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Patricia says you are speaking the truth, and share this with somebody who needs to hear it. You know how they say, I don't know who needs to hear this. I do. I know exactly who needs to hear this, and I hope they're listening. Jason says, keep getting this message out in any way you can. We all need to choose kindness. Gail says they need to hear it. Jeff says you're right, and I appreciate all of you. Um, uh, we, too many of us in the world for us to be able to think that our actions don't impact the other. Um, I think in a perfect setting, uh, you shouldn't necessarily deny yourself certain pleasures in life, but I think at all times you should look and see at what cost am I doing this thing? At what cost is or what harm does this place another person in? My shooting off fireworks on the 2nd of July at 11 o'clock at night, is that really the most considerate thing for me to do? Me playing my music loud just because I like it that way, at an hour when I know my community members need to get sleep. Just common courtesy, common basic courtesy goes a long way. So if you're mad about what I had to say, I want to hear about it. Let me know. And I'll check you out next time. Thank you all for joining me. This dope friend service announcement brought to you by Dope Friends. Keep being dope, my friends. Talk to you later.